got some pretty crazy new items in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like a weapon that drops swords down from the sky and way more. I want to highlight them here. Plus there are some new free items to get as well that you might have missed. And these include items inspired by Origins, with many more legacy items coming. I namely asked Jose about it and he teased it a bit, but also talked about things we should not expect anymore, even though they were first planned. Other upcoming things got leaked, so really a ton to go over. Of course, if you like the Valhalla content here on the channel, then leaving a like on the video would really help me out. And let's go. But first, the sponsor of this video, Conquer's Blade. They namely got a big new Helheim update that you can check out for free via the special link in the video description. And this brings brand new Viking armor sets to the game, just like special raiders that will fight alongside you on the battlefield. Conquer's Blade is namely all about the large-scale siege battles on a variety of maps, including fortresses and big cities. You make your own character, can specialize in many of the 10+ unique weapon classes, and command your own units to victory while fighting against and alongside other players. They also constantly update the game with new free content, as we now see with the big Viking patch that also brings reworked maps to the game, with even more maps coming later in the season. And if you start playing via my link in the video description, then you will receive the special Sons of Fenrir Viking units and 7 days of premium game time. The game is free, so totally check it out. That would also support the channel. Thanks to My.Games for sponsoring the video. And now let's get back into it. Okay, first, real quick, let's touch on the Origins items that you can claim for free in the Ubisoft Connect section of the game. For if you missed it, no units required. So claim them and they will appear in your game. I already showed you these items, including the very cool Anubis figurehead before. The sail has a nod to Bayek's Magi shield. And we find the design on the Diam's Viking shields as well. So if you still have some sailing to do, then you can now do it in the Egyptian style. Or you can rock 2 new tattoo sets. The Pharaoh set adds the yellow mummy tombs to your arm, the Pharaoh hat to the chest, and a Ankh to your head. But especially the back tattoo looks really solid. Although you will mostly only see the head tattoo, and that's why I prefer the Cleopatra set with the wings, black markings around the eyes, and the scarab on the forehead. Really cool. The back tattoo of this one is also really awesome. But overall, it would have been cooler if we got like another legacy outfit from Origins instead. This of course meant to celebrate the 60 FPS patch for that game and the fact that Origins is now on Game Pass, but like Bayek's original outfit or like the Anubis outfit, my favorite, would have been more exciting in Valhalla. So that's why I've been going back to the cool Egyptian armor from the Druids DLC, which is inspired by the Egyptian Hush outfit from Origins. Not a bad timing to rock that right now, but Jose told me that we can expect more items inspired by other Assassin's Creed games in Valhalla.
There's a lot of little surprises coming. Obviously, if I tell you, there won't be surprises, but they'll be revealed throughout the year.
But can you say if it's like a legacy outfit? Like, can we expect at least one?
I guess you could expect anything.
So yeah, he doesn't want to confirm nor deny it, but the fact that the Ezio's Revelation outfit file was found by Petter and shared by AndyReloads next to the files of items that were recently added, including the Unibear, really makes me think that it's only a matter of time. And Revelations is on the Celebrations roadmap for August, so it would make sense if they release the outfit around that time in Valhalla. Want to touch on some new leaked items we can expect in the game very soon, but first let's take a look at some items that were just added, like the Sword of Damocles, yes, with a C instead of a K that we saw in Odyssey. I also think this weapon looks a bit better than in Odyssey, and it certainly has a way more interesting perk, where if you parry, swords drop out of the sky, creating this area where you receive 20% increased damage, but you also deal 20% increased damage. Increases to the attack stat or melee damage are not really impactful, but a flat out 20% increase is pretty nice, as it also works on abilities. So doing this in combination with the spinning harpoon, where you very easily hit everyone in the area, is really overpowered. It's also amazing against bosses to easily get the upper hand, although it's of course a risk reward, so you gotta be careful because you take more damage too. The only downside is the 20-second cooldown after the effect is over, but then after 20 seconds you can parry, have the swords appear again, and I really think it changed the game up in a fun way. So it's part of the Blessed Warrior item pack. This one looks a lot like the Pegasus armor from Odyssey, if you remember that one. And you can also have a halo appear if you kill enough enemies and get the effect going, which also increases your damage and reduces the damage you take. Sometimes hard to see, but it's a nice touch. And there's also a new X where if you kill someone with melee damage, you leave this holy light on the ground that deals some pretty serious damage over time to enemies that stand nearby. It's pretty good too. So high chance they will drop at Reddit at some point. I will of course keep you posted. And there are also new sorcerer weapons. Some of them look fine, like the sword is pretty big, and I like the purple touches on the scythe. It only folds on your back, and then you have this weird purple glow above you that I don't think is supposed to happen. The other designs are, by the way, fine, but they do have an interesting perk. It's the same for every weapon, but it triggers in a different way. But basically, for all of them, it creates this blast, and then after a short delay, you pull every enemy that is close enough to this initial blast, which is mostly nice to just create an opening. Gives you some extra crowd control, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage. So nothing really to write home about, but we got some upcoming weapons we can look forward to. Thanks to Andy for sharing those. We got a magma sword, which looks pretty nice and could totally be free, like it matches some of the previous free items in terms of look. Maybe it's a reward for the Forgotten Saga, the new game mode that is dropping not with the next update, but the update after that. And speaking of the next update, it has been added to the PlayStation database already, so it's probably launching on June 28th. We'll of course keep you posted here, and Andy also shared a look at another new sword, but I think this is a Helix weapon because it does look like kinda next level. It looks really, really cool. A bit of sad news because Jose said that Kira her swords that were first planned are not coming anymore. They wanted to make it as a new weapon type, maybe dual daggers, but they saw that nobody was really asking for it, which, to be fair, was kind of the case. Like, I really dig the design. I would have loved to have dual daggers, but yeah, it was not like a Basim sword, which was way more requested. Would you say that there are no more weapon types planned then for the game?
I'm not sure that I would say that.
I mean, I still want the maces, maybe, the heavy ones.
Buy me a beer and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. We sadly did not grab a beer after this. It's also kind of hard through Microsoft Teams. But yeah, there is still a chance for a new weapon type, which is kind of exciting. Also worth noting, Ubisoft just released a new Twitch Prime bundle, which you can get by also going to a link that I will share in the video description. If you have Amazon Prime, and you totally should because The Boys is on and it's amazing. Either way, link your Ubisoft account, they will get these items in your game. It includes another naval pack with a pretty nice figurehead, but it's especially the shield that you can get that makes it worth it. Like, they're not really good, but it is one of the best regular shield designs in my opinion. You also get an average looking two-handed sword. So yeah, why not claim it before it's gone? And I will also leave a link to my Twitch channel in the video description, because if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Twitch sub, which you can give to our channel, and that would support us. Well, yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. So that would be appreciated, and maybe you already saw it, but in September we get a new Prime pack, which around the same time as we get the Future of Assassin's Creed live stream. The current pack ends on September 12th, which is a Monday, and usually we get Valhalla updates on a Tuesday. So maybe September 13th is when we see a Valhalla update with a new Prime pack, which then around when they reveal the Basim game likely. It's gonna be exciting. I think September is gonna be big. So subscribe, of course, to stay up to date on everything. I will also have like 1 or 2 extra videos with Jose info, so stay tuned for that. A like on the video would really help me out, and check out Conquer's Blade via the link in the video description. You can watch our previous video by clicking on the screen with more info on the Forgotten Saga and some other things we can expect during that September event. I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.